day, everyone. I am Roger Custodio together with Eliza Texon, and welcome back to our Teacher's Corner Blog. Today, we'll talk about a problem of many of us face in our online ELL classes, the online feedback fatigue. This problem appears when students' comments in online forums stay shallow, like saying only nice or I agree. When we require deeper or mandatory critics, participation starts to drop. In short, learners become tired and disengaged from constant feedback tests. The main theory that explains this is the cognitive theory. According to it, when students face too many tasks or too much information at once, their mental energy gets overloaded. That's why, even they want to engage, they tend to give surface level responses. So, as a teachers, our challenge is to design feedback activities that are engaging or simple to process and meaningful for our learners. Classroom plans using four theories now that we've diagnosed the problem. Let's explore how the four major learners theories like behaviorism, cognitive, nativist, and interactionist can help us craft better classroom actions. First, let's start with behaviorism. Under behaviorism, learning happens through reinforcement. In our ELL4 classes, we can reward students who provide meaningful feedback. For example, if a student comments, I like how you use transition words, it made your paragraph flow smoothly, we can give them virtual badges or participation points. This motivates them to continue giving high quality feedback. Second, the cognitive theory. Cognitive theory emphasizes how the mind processes information. Like to prevent overload too, we can simplify the task. Instead of asking students to critique every part of classmates' essay, we can assign them one area to focus such as the vocabulary, coherence, or the grammar. This helps students concentrate better and produce deeper meaningful feedback. Did you understand? Now, let's proceed to the third theory, the nativist theory. The nativist approach highlights learners' innate ability to use natural language naturally. We can allow students to express themselves authentically when giving feedback. For instance, let them write in English but keep their natural tone or emotions. Your story feels very real. It reminds me of something I experienced too. This kind of natural expression builds confidence and shows real understanding. Did you get it? Now let's proceed to the last theory, the interactionist theory. So, finally, interactionist theory stresses that language develops through social communication. So, instead of just posting comments, let's turn feedback into a dialogue. For example, after a student comments, the classmate can relay back or record a short video response discussing the suggestion. This informs feedback from a requirements into a conversation, and that's where a real language learning happens. Did you get the four theories? Now let's welcome Eliza Texon for the next discussion.
Hi, I am Texan Eliza B. Now let's put all those ideas into action. As a teachers, we need practical steps that blend these theories, something we can apply right away in online or blended English classes. So, I will share some examples from the language activities we often do in class, and especially those that helps our learners stay engaged and reflective while giving feedback. Let me introduce a simple but powerful classroom strategy we call the feedback boost plan. To sustain engagement, we can combine all four theories into a simple 5-step classroom plan called the feedback boost plan. So first one, we have the model meaningful feedback. It shows example of both weak and strong comments before starting the activity. Example, during a writing activity, the teacher presents two sample comments. For the week, we say, good job. To make it strong, we can say, your introduction clearly presents the topic, but you can make your conclusion more convincing by adding a summary of your main points. So with that, students then discuss why the second one is better before they started giving comments to their peers. Second, the reward consistent effort. So give badges, praise, or points for quality engagement. Example, after a peer review session, the teacher highlights a feedback star of the week recognizing the students who gave thoughtful comments about ideas, vocabulary use, or the sentence clarity. Third, assign feedback roles. Each student focuses on a specific aspect of the work to make feedback more focused and less tiring. Example, in a group writing task, one student focuses on grammar, another on organization, and another on word choice. This helps them stay organized and reduce burnout during review sessions. Fourth, encourage natural voice. Allow students to express feedback in their natural voice as long as it is relevant and respectful. Example, students might write, I really like how your story made the scene feel real, or this paragraph reminded me of our reading from the last week. So this encourages authenticity while still using academic tone. The last one, we have to create peer dialogues. This to encourage students to reply or discuss feedback to keep the interaction going. Example, after receiving a peer comment, students can respond, thanks, I will try to revise the ending to make it clearer, or record a short reflection about what they plan to improve. So this 5-step planning keeps the feedback process lighter, more personal and socially connected, reducing fatigue while improving engagement and writing quality in classes. We can expect two clear outcomes. First, we have the longer or the deeper comments. So from one-line replies to short thoughtful reflections. Second, it is to improve participation, so students stay active in online peer feedback throughout the term. There is always a possible risk. Some students might post generic feedback just to complete the task. To fix this, we can use a feedback rubric that scores quality and originality instead of just completion. This helps the learners realize that meaningful feedback matters more than quantity. Now, why does this plan work? Because it combines motivation, critical thinking, and interaction. It reduces mental overload, rewards genuine efforts, and builds real communications among students. So with teachers, when your online discussions start to sound like a chorus of nice or good work, remember it's not laziness, it's feedback fatigue. By applying these 4 areas together, we can make online feedback more meaningful and energizing for our learners. Let's keep building confident and reflective communicators, one authentic comment at a time. Thank you for watching and see you in our next Teacher Corner episode.